last year's disappointing 9-7 season, where they missed the playoffs and where Dak Prescott missed his 2016 stellar form. Great in year one, regressed in year two, and here we are now in year three. Dak knows that in order for his team to win, he has to improve.
I know I'll be better. Just learned so much from last year. Just moving forward, matured within the game. Just learned a lot more that I didn't know last year, that I wasn't as comfortable with. Just reads, my game, my footwork, accuracy and consistency, everything.
All right, Chris, how much of a measuring stick will Sunday's Week 1 matchup in Carolina be for Dak and this team?
I think it'll be a big litmus test for Dak Prescott just to see if he has evolved as a quarterback. Now, he said he's learned a lot during the course of the offseason. I'm sure he learned last year during Zeke's 6-game suspension that life is different as a quarterback without number 21 in the backfield. So I think Dak Prescott is going to have a lot on his shoulders. Take away Travis Frederick, his starting center. He's going to have more responsibilities at the line of scrimmage, understanding where to go with the football in terms of the coverage, but also understanding what to call out in terms of setting the protection. That's going to be important for Dak Prescott, but he's got to be a sound decision maker. He can't turn the football over like he did last year. He had 3 times as many interceptions last year than his rookie year, so he's got to improve in that category. It's got to look more like 2016 because the Dallas Cowboys, their formula for success is being able to run, control time of possession. This is not a team that can come from behind. That should be a volume passing team, 35, 40 dropbacks a game. That's not what they are. That's not who Dak Prescott is, so he's got to take care of the football.
And let's not understate how important this year is for Dak Prescott, his future with the Dallas Cowboys, his future as far as long-term finances. If Dak looks like rookie year Dak Prescott, this offseason, he is getting a long-term $20+ million a year deal. They would not let him hit the final year of his rookie deal, and they will lock him up. If Dak looks like year 2 Dak Prescott, not only will he have to go into year 4 under his $800,000 a year salary, but the Cowboys will be having the discussions of, do we need to find our actual quarterback? It was year 1 just an aberration, and is he who we thought he was when we drafted him to be Tony Romo's backup? A backup or middling starter at best in this league. Like, that's what a 4th-round pick typically is. I'm not assigning either of those to Dak, but that is what's on the line for him this year. He can cement himself as the future quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys with a very good season. Without that...
Wait, does it have to be a 2016 season?
It's got to be a hell of a lot closer to 16 than it is to 17. It doesn't have to be where he's in MVP contention, but it can't be where he looks like the 20th best quarterback in football, where he looks like he needs the best running back in football in order to be competent. It can't look like that. And this is a hell of a week to start, because Zeke's not going to have a tougher matchup anytime all season. In my eyes, maybe against the Eagles. Sure, the 2 games against Philadelphia. This is one of the toughest matchups Zeke will have all year long against this Carolina front, against Luke Kuechly, against K'Wan Short, against the addition Dontari Poe. And, by the way, those easy passes for the quarterback, those aren't going to be easy against this team either. You can't throw it to your tight ends, not under-skilled tight ends like the Cowboys have against a Kuechly-led defense. The getting Zeke involved, guys out in the flat, the Panthers track those down. Where you attack the Panthers is their secondary. They got 1 young corner, they got 1 rookie corner. They have questions at safety. That means up the field deep. That means Dak's got to make plays. We know he doesn't have great wide receivers. He's got to make plays. That's the way you beat Carolina. So this is a game that is on Dak's shoulders, in my eyes, a lot more than on Zeke's shoulders. Zeke will dictate coverage, right?
Of course.
He'll dictate fronts. Dak's got to take advantage of that.
I don't think we can overemphasize enough how important Travis Frederick is on that line to Dak Prescott. I think we mentioned it and we kind of just say it. But just talk to me about a guy who really needs that protection this year, not having a guy like Travis there, and what that can do for Dak.
Well, he's the one that's coordinating traffic up front, right? He's letting everybody know what's going on. He's pointing out the mic. They ID him. They set the protection. Whatever it is, identify the fronts in the run game. When you don't have that, your quarterback has to do more of the heavy lifting in terms of the gymnastics at the line of scrimmage. And so when you talk about Dak Prescott trying to bounce back from a year in which he regressed, that's a lot to add onto his plate, not having a Travis Frederick. He didn't expect to be in this situation going into training camp. So this is something that just popped locked up. So it'll be interesting to see how Joe Looney and Dak Prescott handle that responsibility. But in terms of being a thrower of the football, the Carolina Panthers are going to force Dak Prescott to throw the ball outside of the numbers. They're a single high safety team. Cover 3 derivatives. So what that means is they're going to drop a safety down in the box. That means one-on-one on the outside. Allen Hurns, Terrence Williams, they've got to win. But also, Dak Prescott has to put the ball there with accuracy. It remains to be seen if he can do that on a consistent basis.
And let's not forget about the other side of the ball, though, because if the Cowboys are going to win this game without Dak playing really well, what that means is this underrated Cowboys front seven with DeMarcus Lawrence, with David Irving, with Randy Gregory, Irving's on suspension, with Sean Lee, with Jalen Smith, they take advantage of a Carolina Panthers team that just put their left tackle on IR, that lost one of the best guards in football to free agency, and they are getting after Cam Newton. They are either forcing turnovers or quick 3-and-outs, and that is their other path to victory. The other path to victory is for us to be talking on Monday, man, Panthers in trouble in that offensive line. You lost Norwell. You don't have Khalil at left tackle for now. That's the other way the Cowboys can win without Dak playing well, but that has a lot to do with how well Cam Newton plays. What Dak can control is how well he plays, even without Travis Frederick.
All right, we've got to take a break. One last break coming up. Is it already time for the